watching all of the episodes, especially if you have diabetes or know someone who had diabetes. And if not, they're up on my YouTube channel. I'll post the link right here, and you can go check them out and send them to people that you love. Now, today is the day. Today is day 10 of my water fast, and today's the day I'm going to be breaking my fast. I'm kind of sad about it because I didn't really want to break it today, but I have an event coming up where I would really like to eat, so I'm going to break it today to get my system used to food again. So, as promised, today we're going to go with the young Thai coconut. Now, I watched a video on how to open this coconut because I have never had a coconut. I've had regular coconut, but I haven't had this coconut. So, I'm going to open this sucker up, and then I'm going to enjoy it. Now, people might tend to think, wow, Laurie, that has a lot of sugar. It doesn't have a lot of sugar. The water in the coconut only has 9 grams of carbohydrate, which is like amazing, and that's per cup. So I don't suspect there'll be 2 cups of liquid in here. Maybe there will be, but if there is, I won't drink it all. It's the actual meat of the coconut that has most. So it has 9 grams of carb. It has 49 calories. It actually has 2 grams of protein. But if I eat all of the meat that's inside, there'll be 240 calories and 43 grams of carbs. So that's where you find it the most. Not to mention, I can't remember what the fat intake was, but the fat was higher, something like 40. So there you have it. All right, let's open this baby up. Okay, so why is coconut water like the perfect choice to break your fast? Well, it's kind of like a Gatorade. It's kind of like one of those sports drinks. You know, it has like different minerals and enzymes, and it has lots of nutrients. It has like magnesium and potassium. It's even known to help with diabetes, like to lower your A1C and your blood sugar levels. So it really helps with hydration. So there we go. Wow. I'm going to save that to enjoy it. I mean, when you break your fast, oh, that's so delicious. Okay. I'm just going to really let that set in. Right now, I'm just tasting like a really strong, like a toasted coconut flavor in my mouth. It's really delicious. And I just want to go and drink the coconut water. When you're breaking your fast, you should drink your coconut water or whatever you choose to break your fast with. Hopefully it's something very close to nature and something easy to digest. And I'm going to go, you hear my dishwasher in the background. I'm going to take a few minutes and enjoy my coconut water in the quiet. Now, you should always be somewhere that's like close to nature or somewhere that's really relaxing for you, and just have no stress and just really enjoy it and taste the flavors and let it rehydrate you and uplift you. Okay, so I'll be back in 5 minutes. Well, guys, I was just totally turned on by that coconut. That was just amazing, and it was so delicious. After having a Thai coconut, like I've never had a Thai coconut before, and I always have just like a traditional brown coconut, and never again. The meat inside the coconut is here's a piece of it, it's very like, it's almost like a really firm gelatin. It tastes very slightly like a regular coconut, but you know how the regular coconut, it's very chewy, it's very fatty. This is so different. It's more like a jello, I guess I want to say. You can eat it with a spoon, just scoop it right out. So I'm also going to eat the coconut meat today. Okay, it's been 2 hours since I had the coconut water and the coconut, so now I'm going to test my blood sugar and see what's happened. Okay, let's see if I can actually get it onto the test strip while holding the camera. Okay, perfect. Let's have a look. 7.3. That's not too bad. It has to be between 7 and 10. So a value after 2 hours after a meal should be between 7 and 10 for a person with diabetes or pre-diabetes. If somebody doesn't have diabetes, the value would be between 5 and 7. So it's still early to say. I'll have to watch over the next few days the pattern and see what happens. I mean, obviously, if between 5 and 7 is normal and I'm 7.3, I am not that far off. So I probably have to do another fast in a week or in a week and a half to improve my insulin sensitivity. Here are my patterns, and these are fasting patterns. So at the beginning of the week, it was in the 5s. It even jumped up to 6. And then it started to come, we see a 4 here, and then it started to stay in the 4 solidly each day. And here we have another 4. And then yesterday, for some reason, we jumped back up into the 5s a little bit. But today it's been in the 4. So it's still good to see that it stayed steady most of the week. Now, what I think is that when my blood sugar at the beginning of the fast, say it's in the 5s, and then I see it dip down to 4. So it's snack time, and what I choose to have is, this is about 3 tablespoons of hummus, and I'm gonna eat this whole red pepper. I mean, the hummus has protein, it has fat, it has carbohydrates, so it's almost like a complete protein type of thing. And this is a whole red pepper, it's organic, but you wanna notice that it's always best for snacks to have a vegetable, just because of vegetables, like all the watery based vegetables, the non-starchy ones, these are like 100 calories per pound. So if you think about that versus, say, I don't know, spaghetti, it's probably like 2,000 calories per pound, where this is just 100 calories per pound. Normally I make my own hummus. This is a red pepper, roasted red pepper hummus. Normally I make my own. I bought it this time. I find it super expensive. I have some chickpeas soaking here that I'm going to cook later on. So I'll have those for the week to add to my salads, to my dinners, to eat as a snack. I can roast them in the oven with some flavorings, and it's pretty much good in almost every meal. Hey guys, I'm just going to get ready to take my pre-meal, pre-dinner glucose reading, so I'm going to show that to you in a second. And the other thing I want to mention is, you know, like the time to start take care of your health is pretty much now. Pretty much any time that you realize, hey, I should be doing something, you really should be doing something. And you know, it doesn't show now, maybe, and maybe you're not sick now, maybe you don't have any issues right now, but you know, think about when you're older, and you know, when you think about people who go to nursing homes, and when you're in a nursing home, you know why you're there. You're there because it's kind of like an end of life situation. You're not going to be leaving the nursing home and getting an apartment, or, you know. So maybe think about that. You know, no one ever said, you know, as they were walking out the nursing home doors, they never said, hey, thanks for the great nursing. I've had a really good time here, but I'm all better and I'm going home. No one ever said that. But in all reality, it's totally, we can change that. We can change that with nutrition. You know, the elderly should be taking at least 2 glasses of, because they have hard time chewing, most of them, they should be drinking 2 glasses of fresh juice every day, every meal. and taking 2 daily supplements and taking vitamin C and vitamin D and vitamin E for their circulation, because a lot of elderly people just sit most of the day. So if they could incorporate a little bit of exercise, a lot of them could leave the nursing home. Think about that. So if you don't want to be that person who's in a nursing home just waiting for the end of life, and you want to be that person that's traveling and seeing the world and visiting friends and family and enjoying yourself and eating great food, you know, maybe you want to think about it a little bit earlier on in your life, what you could do to change that. So now the part you're all waiting for. How much weight did I lose on my water fast? Well, this 10 days, I've lost 13 pounds. My other water fast that I did last time, in total, I've lost 23 pounds. And weight loss is really the key to fixing and reversing your diabetes. So try your best. Exercise helps, but it's not the whole equation. Exercise is a big part of it, but nutrition is a big part of it too. So as long as when you look at a food, you can identify it as, hey, this is an apple and it's a whole food and it hasn't been touched, nothing's been added to it and nothing's been taken away from it, then basically go ahead and eat it, you know. If it's a processed food and you didn't process it yourself, like I say with my chickpeas, you know, I add a little tahini, I add a little lemon juice, I have hummus. That's perfectly fine. I made it with all whole foods. Okay, so let's go over and test my blood sugar. .9. That's amazing. 4.9 before a meal. I am super pleased with that result. Now, a normal blood sugar reading for somebody who doesn't have diabetes before a meal is between 4 and 6. Somebody who does have diabetes is 5 and 7. So right now that reading was in a normal person's. Within a normal person with no diabetes, that was a reading. So that makes me really happy. That shows me that I've been doing great progress. When I first was diagnosed, I was getting, like I said, before a meal, I was always high. And that happens because when you're hungry, your body knows, well, I won't say when you're hungry, but when it's time for you to eat and your body feels like it's hungry, it will start to, your liver will send out some sugar into your bloodstream, and that's basically to save your brain. So when you take your blood sugar, it's high before a meal because you ate too late. So this result tells me that my liver didn't do that this time. And at first it was high. It was always like 7.5, 8, you know, that sort of thing. And then after my first fast, it came down to being like 5, 6, and now it's in the 4s. That makes me super happy. That tells me I'm making great progress. So now I'm gonna make my dinner. Let me show you what I'm having for dinner. All right, so I've got this ginormous salad. Let me just say this. If your salad isn't big enough to feed 4 people, then you're doing it wrong. It should be a huge salad. It should be, you should feel like a horse after this, eating this salad. You should just be sitting there pretty much chewing for a long time. It has romaine lettuce, spinach, arugula, sweet pea sprouts, radish sprouts, nutritional yeast, hemp seed. Oh, what else is in here? I think that's it. Tomatoes. And the nutritional yeast and the hemp seed are, the nutritional yeast is for the B12. The hemp seed is for protein and omegas, omega-3s. The nutritional yeast and the hemp seed bring the salad up to have at least 16 grams of protein. I have this very sweet Atolfo mango that I'm going to have for dessert. I have a few olives. I have 7 olives because that's only about 310 milligrams of sodium, which I don't think there's very much sodium in all of this meal, considering I added 2 tablespoons of ranch dressing to this. So I'll have those little olives tonight. And of course I have my vitamin cocktail like I mentioned to you earlier in my previous video. I take them every day. Some of them I take 2 times a day. Okay, so this is what a whole plant food meal looks like. This is what you want to see. I mean, if you were going to have meat, you could also have meat on this salad, and that would be perfectly fine if that's what you're doing to add protein. And then maybe you wouldn't put, I put 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, but you can put a little bit less and add meat instead. Or you can add installment in the Reversing Diabetes series that I'm making. I'm going to make another video where I talk about everything all together, but I won't make that just yet. I'll just let these ones settle for a bit because I really want to go see my doctor first and get my blood work done first. And after I do that, I'll make an update video to tell you about my A1C, which is the last 3 months, how my sugar has been, and tell you what my doctor says and see if I actually reversed my diabetes yet. If not, I'll keep going. So you guys take care. Thank you so much to everybody who watched my series. Remember, you can find it over on YouTube, and please rate my video. It helps me to rank so that other people can see it. Guys, please send me your comments because so far the comments have been great. And I know people have a lot of questions and you don't know what to do, and no doctor's ever going to tell you how to reverse your diabetes. But if you ask them if it's reversible, they'll say yes. So comment so we can all share information and find out from each other what we're doing and how we're going to go about this. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. I would love to have you as part of my YouTube fam. That would be great. That would make me so happy. And please share this video and the series of videos with someone you really love and care for that has diabetes. You never know who's really looking for an out, you know? Okay, guys, you know I love you. Take care, everybody.